What's up, guys? Welcome to brobeatz. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some non-melodic trap beats. With that being said, let's get into the question of the day, which is, in your opinion, what do you think the most slept on free plugin is? Leave your answer down in the comment section down below. Let's hop into the video. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're at 155 BPM. Let's grab it in a scale. So you can use a harmonic minor, a minor. It doesn't really matter what you use. Let's use an F. These are the sounds we're using. Okay, a little bell, and then we got like this little pad. Okay, and I just took out the bass. So the sound selection doesn't necessarily matter that much, especially with something like this, because you're not trying to make it super melodic. You just want like a steady melody for your drums and stuff. So let's go in here and let's make this simple. I'm gonna try to shrink this down so you can see the notes. Let's put it on our F here, and what we're gonna do is make a chord backwards. And you add a +1. +1 is just up one note within the scale or down one note. And obviously we want it to be dark, so we want to go here. Okay. And this works because this is all a part of our chord, our original chord. Okay. So I want this to be rappable, so I'm gonna pull these across and just spread the bass line all the way across. Maybe we can do like, oops, something like this. We could just copy this over, pull that up, delete that, and then we can make our melody on top. So let's remake our chord, and I want to change this to thirds and see if we can get like a decent rhythm. Let's take this F, pull this up 1 octave here, and I think that's pretty good. Let's quantize that, delete this, and we can control V this across like so. And actually, I'm gonna just do the whole thing. We can keep this real simple. So let's play it. And we can copy it here, and this is just for energy, so that's why I kind of picked this sound. This is just for a lot of energy. All right, so there's our melody. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna load up some effects, and I'm gonna just kind of walk through what I use and the thought process behind it. All right, so here are the effects that I loaded up. So all I did was just took out some of the bass in each sound, as you can see right here. All right, and then I just put these into a bus, and this is just a quick way of putting effects on everything. So you can just control highlight everything, right click, track routing, route select to this track only, and it'll just put it in a bus. All right, so what I added first was a chorus, and this is completely default. This is completely default. I just loaded it up, it sounded good, and I just ran with it. And then we put an EQ. So this is just, I just kind of, where is it at? I don't know where the original thing is, but you just go one of these cuts, and then you can just pull it in. And I usually go around this mid area, and then I cut like right where this is. I don't even know what that says, it's too small, but I just cut it around there, and then you can kind of open it up. Okay, you can even automate this to, you know, see what you like. But yeah, that's the EQ, and then just a halftime. Simple as that. Just halftime on 2 bars. This is a stock preset, and this is what it sounds like. All right, so that's what I added. So now it's like super non-melodic. It's kind of like a dark pad. So what we're gonna do now is add our drums. Let's get started with our 808. So this should be pretty easy. So you could just use the bass line down here, or you can kind of use other bass line combinations. So you could do something like, you could do something like this. Or if you want to have something a little bit more smooth, we could try something like this. Maybe add, and then we can move it up here and then move everything across this line where the bass line shifts. Okay. Pull that down. And then I will probably space this one out a little bit more. Try that. I guess we could mess around with octaves, but I think that's good. And we can go ahead and start the actual drums now. Now, lastly, we're going to do our drums, and then I think we'll do some effects to kind of make this hit a little harder. So we can just kind of get this part over with. This is pretty simple. You already kind of know this stuff. So Alt K, and then we're going to, I just like copying my kick down twice. I just like the way it sounds. So there's just one thing I like to do. You don't have to do this. It's just something that I specifically do. So for the snare, you know, you could throw this in a few times. You know, this is stuff you already know how to do. I'm gonna just fix the velocity. Okay, I think that's loud enough. And then right click, and we could just kind of throw stuff in here. Okay, I think that's good. And then I'll just copy these over. Make sure this is at 64. And this one at 64, we'll just delete everything in between. And this is our beat. And then pretty much what I'm gonna do is, and I guess we could mess with the hi-hats, but we'll just leave it like this. So we'll, what I'm gonna do now is just process this and then take you through, you know, whatever I do, right? So let's go ahead. Well, I'll just play this once. Now, probably I might even transpose this down even more because the bass is super high, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and do those effects. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into these effects. So I did decide to transpose it, so I just reset it so I can show you how to do it. So here's F minor. We're in F minor right now with everything. All right, and then you just go up to here to channel options, and then go to transpose selected, or make sure it's already selected, and then you go -3 to go down 3. If you want to go up 3, you just put 3. So I want to go down -3. Usually I would do 5, but I know that D sharp is a great place for the 808 to hit, so I want to put it about right there. And we could change this to our new scale. Okay, so now let's get into the effects, which I kind of did a lot for setup at least. So I'll go over the simple stuff. So as far as my drums go, right here, and I'll just split these up just so you can tell that it's different. And we'll get into the 808 and stuff. But for the shaker, I just put a convolver on there, just to give it some more tail. So I'll just show you what that sounds like. Oops, let's turn it on. All right, so it just gave some tail, some reverb, and then I think one of my drums aren't inside of this, but it's okay. So for our drum bus, we just have a transient processor, and we just kind of turn this little knob here. We just turn it all the way down, so it's sharp, and then you just want to turn this release down a bit. So I'll show you what that sounds like. Oops. Keep forgetting to turn these on. Here we go. You see how tight the drums are now, so, and that adds to your bounce as well. So that's why I added that, a little high EQ just to make them a little bit crispy. I even think they're a little too crispy. And then now this is the crazy stuff here. So this is, I think this is doing too much, but to get the sound I wanted, it works. So pretty much we did parallel processing with the 808. So we took the 808 and then we sent it to an empty channel, so it doubles. Okay, so I pulled this down, right? So I pretty much pulled the 808, the original signal, down a bit, so we can have room to process the, you know, where we're sending the signal. So over here, I added a wave shaper to add some distortion, and this is all I did here. Okay, nothing too crazy. And then an EQO. Let me make sure you turn these on so we can see what's happening. And then I'll just play it so you can see what, like, why I moved these. Okay, so I just boosted the frequencies I liked, and then, oops, let's go here. There we go. So I boosted the frequencies I liked, took out the ones I didn't, and then soft clipper on top, and I just put the threshold all the way back and just try to control this a little bit more. So this is what they sound like without. And you can see that's hitting way harder than it was. And then for the kick, we got, and I'm going slow with this because I want people to be able to copy these presets. I'm at 60 hertz, no other hertz, 60 hertz. And then you just leave it as is. You know, you can boost it a bit if you want to, but you'll have to make sure you pull that gain down a bit. This is important, okay? This is for thump. And then we have this EQ just to kind of shape it around our 808. And that's pretty much the processing. And then you can control, right? You can control like how much of it. I don't want it too crazy. That's pretty much it. So that's the beat. Just close this off. And then for the, I don't even know why it's there. So the EQ, just a normal EQ, just a kind of a boost right here and a boost right here. Okay, and then just a soft clipper. All right, and you can put it at 79 if you want to, at that, like, right below 0. All right, and that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.